decisions. Our free live chat psychic reading connects you instantly with experienced psychics, ready to offer you personalized guidance and clarity in real time, whether you're curious about love, career, or life's biggest decisions. Our psychics are here to help you unlock your future and discover your true path. Experience the convenience of live chat, where you can ask questions and get immediate insights, tailored just for you. Don't miss out on this unique opportunity to connect with your inner self and receive the guidance you need. Subscribe now and never miss a live session. Start your journey towards clarity and peace today.
Hi, this is Psychic Readings by Andre, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do a prediction for you, let me know in the chat. Just a reminder that all of our show times and all that wonderful stuff, that is psychicreadingsbyandre.com, is at our website, of course. So make sure you go check that out. I'm working alone today, so we'll have to fumble through the day, the show, because the wife's at work and she's helping people at the hospital, as she often does. So let's get started with today's show. On our Patreon page, we have two new reports for everybody to check out. We have one on helium, and the other one is on mantra, which pretty good for 2025. Very good reports, as is most of the other reports that are on there. Some surprising things on there, especially for Shiba Inu. Go check that one out if you want. It's very surprising on what is going to be coming up for cryptocurrencies in the next little while, because it's an astrology report on these particular cryptocurrencies. So go check it out. It's always a good time there. Of course, one of the things that has been discussed in the last little while is the new financial system, which I have been talking about for quite some time. It's been about 5 years since I started talking about this. Believe it or not, I've been here on YouTube for about that long. It doesn't seem that long, but I've often picked up and other information from around the web and all that sort of thing of this new financial system. And now we're starting to see it become the thing that we foresaw, especially with Donald Trump signing an executive order for cryptocurrencies and, the stable coins. So this is something that we have to pay attention to as we're moving forward with the stable coins, where every bank, I believe this is how it was worded in the document, where each and every bank in the U.S. can have their own stablecoin. So now you're going to have stablecoins trying to compete with one another. And of course, I keep telling you, keep your eye on Tether. Okay? So is it a CBDC? Kind of. But it's going to be these they're stable coins, they're not cryptocurrencies actually, where they're going to be supported by gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, i.e. Bitcoin, and many of the other cryptocurrencies that the United States is going to be buying for their treasury. So if you're wondering what cryptocurrencies are to get into, pay attention to what the U.S. government is buying. Okay? So let's show some cards then for this new financial system as we move forward. And then we're going to get into the chat. We got like a few people talking. Hello, everybody. Some interesting questions I already see on the side panel here. But we'll get to those in a second. It does seem that this new cryptocurrency laws and all that sort of thing, the new financial system is going to be something that's going to be very, how would I say this? Very well received, but it's going to be coming after a time of pressure or financial pressure, as we've been paying attention to the financial markets. They're not in too good a shape, and we've already known that the financial system, the old financial system, is not in good shape. So this is how we're going to be ushering in the new system, and it's going to be in the U.S. anyway. It's going to be at the Two of Cups. Okay, so they're going to utilize a a tragedy into bringing everybody into the new financial system. Okay, and they're going to be tear it apart the old system. Now that's the other question to ask: is Donald Trump purposefully destroying the old system? A careful dismantling of the old system to bring in the new one. Okay, there is some rhyme and reason to many of the things that he is doing to bring in the new system, because you need a reason to bring it in for the mass populace. And I do think the rest of the world is going to be getting into that particular system just because they want to still do business with the United States. And it's going to be something that a lot of the other countries around the world are not going to be excited about, because they wanted to continue with the old system. And I don't think it's an EMP pulse. That they're going to have to be, they're going to come along eventually, kicking and screaming into the new system as we move forward. And as we've already predicted that there was going to be a new financial system very, very shortly. And I believe that's going to be in 2025, probably around the summertime, maybe, possibly the winter time. So it's between that period of time when we're going to start to see the new system being introduced to most of the world. Okay, let's get into the next thing. And a lot of people are asking, when is the next cryptocurrency bull market and all that sort of thing. And I keep seeing April, May, June, July, in that period of time where everything is going to be changing. I do think they're going to be printing more money. The Federal Reserve is going to go, well, we better print more money because, well, everything's going to crap. So we better print some more money to keep everything moving and all that sort of thing. And I do believe in moments, in times like when they do monetary easing, I think they call it, that's when everything is going to start to go back up. And gold and silver, for our gold and silver bugs that are out there. As we've been noticing, gold has been going up pretty good. And silver as well. So everything is going to be breaking out. And I do think that Donald Trump signed into a sovereign fund for the U.S., and that's going to be including many of the precious metals that are out there. So if you're a gold bug or a silver bug, keep hanging on, okay? Because it's going to be changing very quickly. So let's get into the chat. Hello, everybody. Got to get to the top here. Which coins do I see as the ultimate coins besides BTC? I keep saying this. It's going to be Litecoin, Ethereum. Okay. XRP, I don't like it. It's part of the new banking system. Moving forward, as soon as they get all the lawsuits out of the way, which is going to be very, very quickly. And let's see, Ethereum, XRP, we got Litecoin. There's some things going on with Litecoin. Keep your eye on that. Of course, Solana, don't like it, but it's there. And of course, we have all the other cryptocurrencies that are part of the government thing. So keep your eyes on what the United States government is buying, and that's a pretty good indicator what's going to be going up. Everything else, like meme coins and all that sort of thing, okay, but you're not going to be making the big money with those. You're going to be making the big money with BTC, Litecoin, and all that sort of thing. And of course, Bitcoin Cash is in there as well as part of the new system. Okay. Will we face another big plaque within the next 1 to 2 years? What's a plaque? Oh, no. At least not in the United States. In other parts of the world where they might want to try to control their populations and keep them good, they might, but I don't see it anytime soon. They're going to be trying other things. And as we've noticed, the left is, especially in the United States, is diminishing and melting into nothingness. And that they are the ones that were causing most of that stupidity, and the deep state is going away. Thankfully. Thank goodness. Okay. Hello, Andre and Yvonne. Can I have 3 cards for the week? Boom. What do we got here? Oh, jeez. Okay. Richard, we're going to be getting into some new relationships very, very soon. It's going to be very good for you. Some good friendships and all that sort of thing. And you're going to be kind of the mentor to somebody in the next little while concerning financial stuff. And somebody's going to be, you're going to be getting the ear of somebody in that period of time. And there's going to be some people that are going to be a little bit jealous of you. Okay? Because, you might have some of the cryptocurrencies. This is where I got to be careful at work. About my cryptocurrencies. It's either they're in, you got cryptos, or you got cryptos. So you got both spectrums out there. So just be careful who you talk to people about cryptocurrencies and the future and all that sort of thing. Because a lot of people are going to be getting really, 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 really jealous of anybody with Bitcoin or any of the other good cryptocurrencies that are out there, because they're going to be going up in a big way. But yeah, I think you're going to be doing very, very well in the next week. You're going to be making some really good changes in your portfolio and all that sort of thing, doing all the good stuff. And you're going to be getting into a new health type of regime. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Can I get a 3-card reading if there is time? I think there is time. Because I don't have the wife here saying no. So we won't tell her. 3 cards for Primal Cipher. Your financial situation is going to be changing very quickly in the next little while because you've done all the right things at the right time. Making sure that you're looking at the positive side of a relationship in the next week or so, because it's going to be bearing fruit in a big way. And don't burn bridges. Okay? Some people are savable, as they say. Health-wise, I think we already discussed that. You're going to be doing very, very well. There's going to be a moment in time when you're not going to be sure, but you're going to be getting through that and getting into the next part of life. And you're going to be good. Okay? When do you see ETH rise above 4K in 2025? Certainly. June, July, we're everything is being like a pressure cooker right now. Okay? Everything's under pressure, especially in the cryptocurrency market and all the wonderful things that are happening out there. I don't know why people aren't buying more cryptos, because we're getting good news every day about cryptocurrencies. And it boggles the mind that people are only fixated on the price. Okay? You gotta not only watch the price, and I do that, once a day, just to see if I should buy some more or leave it alone for a day. But all the politics stuff and all the banking stuff, that's very, very bullish for cryptocurrencies moving forward. You got to be nuts not to get into cryptocurrencies and find some stuff around the house to sell so you can get some cryptocurrencies. So yes, 4,000 in 2025, probably summertime in that period of time. Okay. Why did this continuing story? What are his current feelings? It's still no contact. I think it's better to just do it in person, not on Instagram or any other way. Just talk to them personally, okay? And don't play games with them. Just be straight up, okay? Once you start to do that, everything else will fall into place, okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Audrey. Why did I choose to have this particular lifetime when in Astro? Oh, we all sign contracts before we come, and we actually figure out what we want to experience in this lifetime, okay? The main reason that we come here is to enjoy life and try to bring heaven on earth, okay? A lot of the things that we have issue with is not being in our own light and not forgetting that we are part of universal mind, spirit, God. Okay, we always seem to separate ourselves from that. And once you remember that you are part of the light, spirit, or whatever you want to call it, God, then things become much easier, and doing everything with light energy and doing everything in the light always improves your life. Okay? And all the good things come to you as you're utilizing yourself as part of the greater whole. Many philosophies out there always, tell us we're separate from God, right? Where the actual truth of the matter is we are part of God. And when we come here to experience troubles, because you don't have any troubles on the other side, okay? And your spirit needs to learn and educate itself about those things. So they come here, okay, to experience that, because we have that aplenty. And once you try to control everything in your life, which you can't do. You can't control anything or anyone else in your life. The only person you can control is you and your approach to things. So when we get into that mindset, everything becomes so much easier. That when you're not trying to control everything and everyone around you and allowing universe to flow through us, life becomes so much easier. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out and everybody else. Today, only 14%. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Hello, Andre. Which coins do you see as the ultimate coins? Somebody did something, and now it's rebooted all this stuff. See, when people delete a message and they write, it reboots everything again. That's what it is. Okay, I think this is a new one. Hi, Andre. May I get a reading on love? Okay. Well, that card wants to come out. Everything that you're doing and all that sort of thing is focusing too much on that, which is normal. It's when you allow everything to flow through you that everything starts to work. Okay. And not trying to focus or try to control everything in our lives. When you allow spirit to flow through you and move you, then everything is going to be falling into place. And this includes love. And that's how I met my wife. It wasn't focusing on that. I was focusing on doing other things. And then she just came along and smacked me in the back of the head. And we got married after that. So, but yeah, focusing on letting the energy flow through you, which is very easy. And build upon relationships. And out of that, you're going to be finding a new relationship that's going to be suitable for you in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay? Hopefully that helps you. Hi, Andre. Can I have a message for next 3 weeks? Without cards. I don't know about 3 weeks, but we'll see what we can come up with. Gandalf. They're showing me, you shall not pass. There's going to be a thing that's going to be coming up in the next little while where you're going to be drawing the line with somebody. You shall not pass, basically. They're, what do you call it? Advantage of something with you. Okay. And you're going to be pointing that out and actually realizing it and actually putting a stop to that particular situation and your feelings towards that. Okay. And you're going to be changing that outcome of that particular situation in the next little while. It's something that I'm feeling from work. Okay. Or people you do business with. And once they are set right, okay, then that relationship that you're going to be having is going to be changing in a big way. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. When is the second wave? For crypto, probably June, July, that sort of thing. Or this. Hello. I'd love a 3-card reading too on love and work. Work is going to be just fine. You're going to be getting into a new category, a new understanding of things. There's going to be some new teaching around you that's going to be propelling you in a new direction, actually, in the next 2 to 3 months. There's going to be that opportunity, and when it does come, make sure you take it. It's going to be benefiting you, not necessarily in the position or the place of work that you are. It's going to be coming, it can be utilized in other job places. Love, on the other hand, I don't think it's going to be something that is going to be anytime soon. I do see something in the next summertime, or this summertime, in June. There's going to be some really nice thing when you're not focusing on it, and they're going to come along and smack in the back of the head. And you never know what will happen after that. You might have cats or something after, like I did. So, but yeah, focus on the work and study and all that sort of thing, and everything else will come into view as your focused on other things. That's usually how it happens, because you're allowing spirit to flow through you. Okay? You'd be amazed what happens when you do that. Baby cow, can I have 3 cards, please? Well, 3 cards just flew out of the deck for you. Ooh, some deep, dark secrets are going to be coming out about finances around you. You got the Moon card. That's secrets coming out of the depths and into the light. There's going to be a little bit of financial situation around you where you're going to be benefiting from somebody's situation. Okay, so just keep your eyes peeled for that in the next week or so. Health-wise, I think you're going to be very stable emotionally in the next little while, and you're going to be moving forward with many of the projects that you've been thinking about. And you're going to be having a little bit of fallout with somebody in the next little while, just because you're diametrically opposed emotionally. So be aware of that. Doesn't have to happen. As long as you see it, you can change it around, right? So hopefully that helps you out. Hello. Message from Spirit Team. Something about purple. You're saying something purple is going to be very beneficial to you in the next little while. I'm not sure. They're just showing me the color purple. And it's going to have some significance in the next little while. Maybe it's a logo or it's a piece of clothing. I think it's a piece of clothing that's going to be very beneficial to you in the next little while, emotionally. Maybe it belonged to somebody that you cared for or something like that, or you're digging through some stuff and it brought back some good memories and that sort of thing. It's going to be something that's going to be helping you remember a certain time, that's going to be helping you with a issue that you've been struggling with in the last little while. Okay? So hopefully that helps you. Hey, Andre, any messages on love for me? Glad to see you online. Maybe I'll do cards this time. Sometimes I use cards, but mostly I don't. Sometimes I do things without a safety net, as they say. But there's going to be a situation in your life where you're going to be going back to old ways which do not help you in any way in love. So sometimes when we're going along the path and we're going through a relationship troubles and all that sort of thing, sometimes we want to go back to a past time, right? There's that particular situation that may be happening in the next little while, if you're aware of it. But there is going to be somebody in the next month or so that's more suited to you. Okay? And it's going to be the right mixture of things moving forward. Okay? So it's in about a month or so. You're going to be meeting this particular person. It's going to be okay. Today, 14% of Americans would invest in Bitcoin. How many in 2026? Oh, it's grown. I remember when it was at 3%. By 2026, I do think that number is going to be jumping up to about 48% in that period of time, just because of the situation that's going to be happening from now till then. Okay, we're going to probably have some financial thing that's going to be happening. It's not going to be beneficial to the old fiat currency system, and everybody's going to start to turn to cryptocurrencies and all that sort of thing in the next year or so. it's going to be a lot smoother transition than what everybody was thinking. Okay, because banks can now do it for you. So getting grandma and grandpa into cryptocurrencies won't be as difficult as it is recently, right? Like trying to tell somebody how to use a wallet for their first time and they barely know how to use a cell phone. But I think we're getting to that stage wherein you can just go to your local bank, especially in the United States, and then they'll have it there for you. Sign here, please. What is my connection with Gemini? He gives me all mixed vibes. More of a brother energy I'm picking up, or he thinks of himself as a brother. And he's uncertain about the particular situation that you want. So, again, be truthful. Don't focus so much on it. Just allow it to happen and let it be. I find a lot of people, especially ladies, try to control everything. Okay? And when you try to control everything, it usually blows up in your face, unfortunately. But when you allow the energy to flow through you and allow things to be what they are meant to be, that's when the real power of the universe comes into play, because you are part of the universe, right? You're part of God. And when you're allowing God to flow through you, you'd be amazed of what can happen. Okay? In all things. And love as well, right? Hi, Henri. Can I trust that Brad from work will not throw me under the bus when he meets with their client on Tuesday next week? He does have that plan to do that. And you have to remember, all these particular situations are from fear. When people do negative things, it's always out of fear. So if you figure out what his fear is, then you can probably change that particular situation, even by surrounding him with white light and allowing it to happen in a good way. But just be cautious. I do think he is going to do that, or they are going to be doing that in that meeting. So how are you going to handle that? Be prepared of whatever you need to do. They just show me a bunch of paperwork that you're going to have at that meeting to counteract what he's going to be doing, or they are going to be doing. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Some say Ripple and XRP will play a huge role in this new financial system. That is correct. It's going to be part of the new banking system. So, Russell Rowe, hello. 3 cards, please. What you thought was a problem in your finances and all that sort of thing is going to be reversed. You're going to go, oh, this is going to be tough. We're going to go through this cycle, and you're going to be whining and crying and all that sort of thing about a certain particular situation with finances. Could be crypto, could be other things. But you're going to be finding it's actually the opposite. Okay, getting this through this hurdle. Sometimes we build things into mountains when they're only molehills type of thing. I think you're going to be in the next week. That's what you're going to be getting into. Of course, just a lesson for everybody. when things are going awry, and they're going to go awry in the next while, don't panic. What's the first thing they tell you when there's a fire drill or, you know, an emergency? Don't panic. As much as you can. Be calm, because when everybody's running around with their hair on fire, it makes things worse. Right? He who loses their emotional state always loses the fight. And I'm thinking that was the situation that you found yourself in with some financial situation that you find yourself in too. So be calm, relax, and you're going to be fine. This is why we get a lot of people selling their crypto at the wrong time, because they do the knee-jerk reaction. Because they get fear, right? People around you are going to be very stable. They're going to be helping you along with this new particular situation that you're going to be finding yourself into financially. And they're going to be working with you in a good way. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hello, Andre. There's talk that dual decision will be banned in the U.S. Any thoughts on this? I don't think it's going to be banned. I think he's going to be putting more rules and regulations there. Like if you're Canadian and you go back and forth as a snowbird, there's only going to be a little bit more paperwork. It's not going to be anything too drastic. They just want to keep tabs on anybody. And I do know of some people that go over there and they stayed there beyond their. If you're not aware of a snowbird, you're 6 months in Canada and then 6 months in the States, and you're supposed to go back and forth. But some people I know didn't go back. That is probably what he's trying to crack down on. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Andre, is paper gold transactions being used to hold down price of physical gold? Always has been. But I think we're going to be breaking through that, and everybody who has the paper gold is probably going to sell their positions, and we're finding a lot of those people are getting into Bitcoin. Okay? So, yeah, be aware of that. Hey, Andre, where do you see Cardano top in June, July 2025? It's now at 70 cents USD. 89 cents in June, July. And then it's probably going to go from there to $1.20. Okay? So, good deal. I got a bunch of it, so. Oh, yes. Give me a thumbs up, please. EMP shutdown. No, nothing that crazy. It's just they're going to be hyperinflating everything, and so your money doesn't have any value, and Canadian money has no value. So we're going to have to bring in the new financial system. Nothing crazy. An EMP shutdown. Do you see new riots in France because of ecology against the poor and their old vehicles? A little movement is already there. When aren't they rioting or protesting in France? It's been a while. I do think that there's going to be a new movement to get rid of Macron, and it's going to be very, very soon, probably this summertime. We're going to start to see many of those European politicians going bye-bye because they're on the wrong side of an issue, Ukraine. and they're going to be getting into a lot of hot water. You're going to start to see a lot of European politicians and Canadian politicians being washed away in the next 2026, 2027. Okay? So, yeah. Lots of things to have fun with. Will Lucy be big and get to 25 million? MC. I don't see that. I do see it at about 15 million. Okay, market cap. Do you see the official Trump coin in thousands? Yes, I do. Actually, I'm not going to touch it. The official Trump coin. Because it's, but I do see it going up in a significant way. I do see it at a couple $100 in the next year or so, just because of the name on it. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Thank you for the €5. The civil service intends to temporarily transfer me to another city for another job without asking me anything. Will they succeed without my consent? Yes. Doesn't mean that you have to play along with it. Okay? There are going to be some other things that are going to be coming along where you can take a sidestep and get out of this particular situation. Europe is becoming more and more, especially the UK and all that, becoming more and more communist, just like here in Canada. And we're going to start to see a whole lot of changes in our governments in the next little while. So it does mean that our governments are going to be flashing around, doing stupid things to people. So just be aware of that. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. Do you see anything positive for Phantasma Soul coin? Shall I keep it? It'll go up a little bit, and you're going to be making a little bit of a profit on it, but it's probably one that you can sell and get some Bitcoin. If in doubt, get Bitcoin. That's my motto. Does the book The Last President, written in 1896 by that was done by an astrologer, I believe. This book. It's The Adventures of Little Trump, I think. Sort of. He's going to be the one that's going to be bringing in a new regime of government. You have to remember Donald Trump is going to be bringing forth a new way of the world. The most unlikely person actually to bring about the law of the age of Aquarius. Okay? It's going to be Putin and Donald Trump. Knowingly or unknowingly, they're ushering in the new era, which is very, very interesting. And I do think he's not going to be the last president, but he's setting up everything to have a lot of succession after him. So, what's the vice president? J.D. Vance. And then after that, it's going to be another one and another one, which he's setting up because there's nobody on the other side that can actually take leadership anymore. Okay? And they're getting washed away. If you've been watching the midterm stuff. So, will PDA on Pulse Chain reach 10 cents by June, July? No, 7 cents. Still not bad. Will hedge that coin in XPR network get to 4 million market cap? And if so, when? I see 2 million around in there in the next 2026 period of time. Okay. Welcome, Emma Gemini. I know how we go about stuff. Oh, people are talking to one another. Jeez. We did that already, didn't we? It's duplicated itself. Okay. Zoot. It's been a while. Thank you for the $5. Can you get a card reading? You sure can. What you had in mind for the health particular situation, you're going to be going a different direction with the health. And it's going to be working out much, much better. You keep going back to old things, and they don't often work. And this time you're going to be making a new U-turn and going a different direction, which is going to be working out much, much better for you. It's something about dietary needs, and it's going to be working out much better for you. Financially, you're going to be getting through a bit of a rough time, but you're going to be getting through that particular situation. I do see a little loss of a job or finances in the next little while, and you're going to be making that up with brand new things that are going to be coming along to help you out with that. Family-wise, there's going to be some deep dark secrets coming out, and you're going to be having some fun with that. Nothing harmful. It's just going to be a lot of things that are going to be coming out of the woodwork where you go, interesting. I don't know if you can utilize any of them, but it's going to be changing your opinion on some of the people that are around you in your family. Okay? Nothing bad. It's just different. Hey, we got Batman. Do you see any safe harbor during the August possible USA dollar revalue? Bitcoin. The answer is always Bitcoin. You just ride it back up. Could you read for Japanese economy for the next 5 to 10 years? It's not in too good a shape like many of the other economies around the world. Japan is a little bit worse off than most countries. Will they change? Will they get on the Trump train and ride it? I do think a lot of things are going to be happening with the Japanese economy where they're going to be going more of a right-leaning, which is weird for Japanese, right-leaning government type of situation to get themselves out of the hole. And I think they are going to be leaning towards cryptocurrencies even more so. I know Japan loves their cryptocurrencies, but they're going to be leaning into them even more so, especially with Donald Trump and leading the way in the cryptocurrencies moving forward. The answer is always Bitcoin, as they say. Hello, Andre and Yvonne. Which signals service will give me the best ROI? I guess these are cryptocurrencies. TFT is the one that I see for your best returns in the next little while. Okay. Any messages for me concerning my new digital product venture? Ooh. Keep it up. Make sure that you get all the advertisement and all that sort of thing done by AI. I've been watching countless videos on AI. It's my new passion. We've already nailed down the cryptocurrency stuff. Now, the next thing everybody should be thinking about is AI and how to utilize it in our lives. But out of that, I think it's going to go very well if you get all of the advertisements and all that out there in a good way. Okay? How many weeks do you see till BTC above 90,000 US dollars? 4 months time. Hey everybody, which will perform best in second quarter? Grr, GT, RGTI, Qubit. I'm actually going for the last one for the best performance. PLTR would probably be the best of the bunch. Okay. Hey, Andre, a message from Spirit, please. Turnips. Okay. They just showed me a turnip. Here, a turnip. What do we know about turnips? They're the most ugly coming out of the ground, but they're actually pretty good for you. And I think you're going to be getting into more health type things in the next little while. And it's going to be very beneficial to you. It's going to be more of the fruits and vegetables that don't look very nice coming out of the ground. And I think that's where you're headed in the next little while. Okay? Turnips. You never know these days. Hi, Andre. How long will I be at my current job? 5 years, I think. 5 weeks or 5 months. Something along those lines. It's going to be quite a while, and then everything is going to be changing for the better in the next little while because you got a new lead somewhere. Okay? So hopefully that helps. Last live video, you told me someone may steal from me. Could you please tell me if it's to do with crypto or like a break-in theft? Many thanks. If you have your cryptocurrencies on a Trezor, you wouldn't have any problems with that. It's more of a break-in type of scenario. Probably in the garage or something like that. And I think they're going to be stealing something insignificant, but it's for them. Okay? Nothing that they take from you is irreplaceable. So hopefully that helps you out. Will China invade Taiwan, March or April? Well, they're trying to gear up for it. I think it's more fear. They're flexing their muscles. But I think that's gone because the reason that they want Taiwan is for the microchips, and that's already been moved elsewhere. So I don't see any big conflicts in that area for a while. Hello, good day. Could I please get a reading? Up. Excuse me a minute. Some cards just like to fly out. For your health, I think there's going to be a situation where you can't ignore something and you're going to have to get it treated. before it becomes really problematic in the next little while, or somebody around you that has this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to have to get it looked at by a professional. And I do see something along the lines where you're going to be okay financially and all that sort of thing. And there's going to be some new leadership tasks that you're going to be doing in the next little while, either business or job-wise. It's going to be very beneficial to you. Okay, so make sure you check out with your doctor. Don't ignore things, and you're going to be just fine. Okay? Hello, my two favorite people on YouTube. Which metal will best outperform in... gold, silver, palladium, or copper? I think that prize is going to be going to silver in the next little while. Okay? Gold's a second, and then your palladium and copper after that. Okay? How many weeks until the downside risk is gone for the Shiba Inu? 3. Will there be XRP over $10 in May? May, June, somewhere in there. It's going to be, everything is going to be jumping up in that particular time frame. Will crypto crash again in mid-April during the solar eclipse? A little bit, not huge. The Liberals are leading in the recent survey. Will Pierre still has his chance to become Prime Minister? Unfortunately not. I'm not happy about it, but no more Donald Trump does this tariff thing, and then we got all the Canadian people, we're going to fight the Americans. And it's giving more power to the Liberals, unfortunately. Yeah, not happy. But it's part of life. An astrologer said that bigger bull runs are expected in October to early December this year. Do you agree? Yes, I do. Hi, Andre and Yvonne. Can I get a reading for Moo Dang? It's so weird. Moo Dang. Moo Dang. Just rolls off the tongue. Moo Dang. It's such a ridiculous name. It's probably going to be going up in a good way. Health-wise, I think it's going to be sputtering for the next little while, and then it's going to be picking up because of the rest of the market picking up as well, as is most other cryptocurrencies going to be going up. When the Bitcoin goes up, everything else goes up along with it, and then it's going to be dropping off the face of a cliff. So there you go. So when it comes, take your profit, buy some Bitcoin. There you go. Do you see me going back to work by next month? No. I do see that there's going to be some other complications that are going to be coming along. So it's going to be not next month. It's going to be the month after that sometime. There's going to be some logistics problems that are going to be arising. Okay? Hopefully that helps you. Hiya from the UK. Hello. I got a lot of people from the UK here. Hope everyone's okay. Is there any messages for me, please? Spark plugs. either you or somebody around you is going to have to check on their motor vehicle. There's going to be something that's going to be problematic in the next little while, and it's going to be happening at the wrong possible time. It's like getting a flat in the middle of winter in Winnipeg. Yeah, make sure that you get everything checked, because something's going to go wrong at the worst possible time. So be prepared. And something about a cat around you, it's going to be very beneficial to you in the next little while. I don't think it's your cat. It's going to be somebody else's cat, and it's the person that's attached to the cat that's going to be beneficial to you. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. Three-card reading. There's going to be somebody around you that's going to be looking towards the future, and they're going to be getting the right idea about what's going to be happening with you and everybody else in the family. And you're going to be paying attention to this particular situation, and you're going to be actually agreeing with them for once, and you're going to be helping them out in a big way. Okay? So keep an eye on those family members with strange ideas. Okay? Somebody's done the thing with the comments again. Hey, Andre, do you see any major issue in the upcoming weeks for me? No, more of the same. I think you're going to be getting into more of a smooth transition from day to day, because you're going to be doing the opposite of trying to control everything, and you're just going to be going along in a good way. Okay? Everything's duplicated again. Suits again. If somebody deletes their comment and redoes it, it reboots everything. Hang on a second. Check it out. Yes. My goodness. It's tripled itself. Okay. Three-card reading for your girlfriend. Wow. Okay. The wife's not here. Don't tell her. Shh. She usually goes, right? She's going to be just fine. I think she's going to be doing some interesting things with arts and crafts for whatever reason, and it's going to be leading into something very beneficial to her and some close allies. They're going to be doing wonderful things with crafts. I don't know why crafts clicked in, but that's where it's at. And she's going to be acquainting herself with some brand new people that are going to be very beneficial to her. Okay? So you're the one. Sorry about. I was asking about my guides. You've actually met some of them in your dreams in this and astral form. Make sure that you keep talking to them. Ask for assistance. You have to remember that they are there for your benefit, right? They were assigned to you. And just a quick easy meditation, getting into the state and having the intention of meeting them. Okay. This is how we start to talk to them, and they'll start talking to you on how they can assist you and all that sort of thing. So I think you're going to be getting into that in a great way in the next little while. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. That's how I met mine. I think that's it for today. Oop. So, there we go. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure to go to psychicreadingsbyandre.com where all that information is there. If you like a personal healing with my Reiki Master Wife, that information is also on our website. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, we have the Treasure Cold Storage Wallet for sale on our website. If you should happen to purchase one from us, know that we make a little bit of profit from that purchase. Until we meet again, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.